And look at how many revolutions have found their spark within dissatisfied members of the militias, the army, the whatever you have. Those are a group of people that the keys do, they have to keep an eye on and keep their satisfaction level at a certain point. It is a strange game of balance because you can't give them too much, but you can't give them too little either. And when it comes to, I hate using the term, but it's only fitting in the feudal sense. When you look towards the commoners, it's a lot more dangerous when those who have been trained to fight are unhappy rather than those of us civilization who we work, service type jobs. We do not defend. We maybe we help with the treasury or with law, the other two places. So you start to, I have had many conversations with many different people that start out with, if I was the ruler of the country, the world, whatever, then I would fix things. I would get this seen to. Why do we will pull this back into democracy, but for a moment, why do we think we always have so much optimism in our newly elected politicians? And why do we seem to think that if they get elected, they get taken into a back room, beaten down, and told this is what happens now? Like it starts looking very scarily the same. But for right now, back to dictators, that yeah, you have to play a ridiculous game of balance. If you do not keep your people happy, they will come for you. And we have seen brutal murders of kings, queens, their families. We have seen brutal scenes to change who is sitting on that throne or who is sitting on top of all the bodies. And it never seems like that seat can be occupied for too long because the pieces, like a chessboard, they're always moving, they're always reassessing, and they're going to move to where it's convenient. If they see a way of less resistance, trust me, they're going to take it. So,
We got out there. There are very different guidelines, I think, for powerful leaders, depending on what country they're in, how much power they have on the international stage, etc. And different places in the world will have populations that are easier or harder to rule than other places. Parker, I agree with everything, but when we're talking about dictatorships, we're talking about a country who's had dictators. I don't even know the word for it, who've had dictators for centuries, or the very least decades. So the next dictator learns stuff from the last dictator, who learned stuff from the last dictator, who learned stuff from the last dictator. In other words, they know how to be a dictator, They just need to get to the throne. That's all they need. The worst case scenario is